When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin versus the World. I'm SeptumSin. I'm here with Kotobuki Jake.
Hey.
Today we're going to be talking about pickups. We're going to do a little bit of a special pickup for you because we're both sick. I did my Guillermo del Toro thing to try and fill the hole there.
Which is a fun vid. You should check it out.
So much stuff we just want to throw it on out there and make you and bury you in it.
Yes. We do occasionally have variations in schedule, and it happened that, well, we could cram in an extra video.
Yep, so this should be going up either Sunday night or Monday. So we'll see how quickly I can edit this together. And for that, let's show you what we got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
It's going to be some excitement.
I think I'll just
I do
start.
believe mine is all anime tonight, so there's a theme.
And mine is not.
Oh,
Actually,
so that's
mine
a
has
theme.
one anime. So, we're going to start with one part. There's only 3 of these in this theme, but I thought this was interesting. So I picked up this lot of Star Wars DVDs. And part of it has arrived, part of it has not. So, the first is, and 2 of these, unfortunately, are boots, but that's because they're almost impossible to get these.
I was going to say, what are you still missing?
The Star Wars Holiday Special. This is a very high quality bootleg. It looks almost like the real thing.
We're going to have to watch that around Christmas season, won't we?
Exactly. I'm saving this for Christmas time. But, and maybe we'll cover it on Movies Galore. That would be an awesome thing to cover.
I think they'd go for it.
Yeah, I think they would, actually. And this has some really cool special features. It has all the Lego Christmas specials from the Star Wars thing. Darth Santa and Darth Santa Strikes Back. Hardware Wars Restored, which I have the version of Hardware Wars out there. And if you haven't seen Hardware Wars, you should see Hardware Wars. And a retrospective with cast, George Lucas himself, and a whole lot more. So, I don't really know what this is. Like I say, it can't be a real thing. It looks real, but I know it can't be real because George Lucas would never let this out in the wild.
Exactly.
And Disney would never let this out in the wild.
Right.
So...
And anyone who goes up against Disney and George Lucas probably won't be in the wild for long.
Like I said, sometimes some things are so bad they're good. This is not one of those things. Alright, let's move on.
Okay, now it's kind of interesting that he started that. I have actually only seen part of a franchise of the stuff that I'm presenting here. This is all new to me. But going off of reputation, I'm going to start off with a prestige film, followed by a couple that are in the middle, and it's going to dip really low, and then tip back up at the end, you know. So I don't know if I'll reach the level of...
It's hard to get that low. It's 2.3 on IMDb.
We'll see. But first thing was a recent pre-order that I was very excited to get, that we've talked about recently on this channel, and that is the film Liz and the Bluebird.
Ah.
You know, let's see, apparently if I had waited and bought at Walmart, I would save $5, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
I had thought that you... Well, you see, the reason why I did not put mine out is because I knew you were picking yours up. I'll probably put mine out probably at a later date.
So this was, I spent like 21 or whatever, which is not bad for a shout release, really, or for a film that's considered good. And considering how much Ponycan was charging for the Sound Euphonium series, which is apparently out of print and hard as hell to find now.
Volume 1 is out of print. The rest of it you can get for $78 a piece.
Yeah.
There's like 5 volumes.
So getting
$78 a piece.
getting a semi-standalone film for a fraction of that seems decent.
It'll have to be a standalone film. I ain't gonna be able to get a hold of that series.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing this, if only to see... It's a highly acclaimed franchise, and the film itself is highly acclaimed.
Yeah.
And again, from Kyoto Animation, they are phenomenal animators when it comes to character action, facial expression, all this stuff. These are the people that did K-On!, A Silent Voice, Melancholy Haruhi Suzumiya, Full Metal Panic. You know, this is a great studio. I'm really looking forward to seeing this, but it may have to wait a couple weeks at least, but we'll see.
Yeah. So my next Star Wars pickup is another, gem, which is Star Wars animated droids.
Ooh!
Now, I looked this up on IMDb. I was surprised. Now, it says 1985, though the two features they have on here were supposedly done more recently. I'm not sure. Pirates and the Prince and Treasure of the Hidden Planet. I did watch this because it's slightly scratched, so I had to make sure that it was playable, and it is. It played on my kind of crappy DVD player, so it'll play on anything. And these are kind of cool little animated tales and vignettes that supposedly take place between the prequel trilogy and the main three. But they're not canon, so don't worry about it. They're fun.
So is this a legit release? Or
It is a legit release.
Wow.
Lucasfilms released this.
I was amazed that there were any Star Wars legit releases you didn't already have.
Well, I mean, all these crappy side ones.
Okay. So, at any rate, my next one will be my one DVD offering for the week. This is a series that I feel like you presented a few months back. It's a Nozomi Entertainment release that I've been very interested in, and I finally got it when they did a really good price. I think it was like $20 for both, or $25 for both. It was a pretty good price during the holiday sale, from Right Stuff, obviously. And that is the series Rental Magica.
Ah,
Got
yes.
volumes 1 and 2.
Yeah, Right Stuff for the longest time. It took them 4 months to send me Volume 2.
Yeah,
And
I got
that's-
them all at once.
Yeah.
Well, basically, this is just essentially it's a sort of a magic users kind of story about one of those ones where someone has to get thrown into a new situation almost by accident. From reading the back of this, it reminded me of the setup for Bleach almost, but with mages. But it looks interesting, and I've heard a lot about the show. I haven't heard specifics.
I've
It's
been
just
wanting
one of
to
those.
see it,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So one of these days, but I now have it.
So, my next one's the last of the Star Wars pickups I have for now. And that is R2-D2 Under the Dome. This is a cute little mockumentary piece. It's only 20 minutes.
Okay.
I got it pretty cheap. It's out of print, but it's a fun little one. It's the life of R2-D2. The rise, the decline, and of course his comeback as he is starring in the prequels. So, it's a cute little mockumentary. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out.
Good times. All right. My next one's a pretty big one. It's actually, I'm doing an entire franchise here. This is one that's been on my to-do list for a long time. And I think you presented this one a while back. I think we both got it at the same time, actually, but it's taken this long for me to get to it. But the price was finally right, and I finally picked up Renee.
Ah, very good one.
And you have parts 1 and 2 of Season 1. Seasons 2 and 3. This, of course, is a recent Rumiko Takahashi series. It features a young lady who can see ghosts and a Shinigami, and from what I understand, he's sort of like a self-centered jerk, and she's the typical Takahashi heroine from...
Well, you know the type of character, like Nami from One Piece and others they appear to be penny pinching, but there's always some sort of real
Nabiki.
motive behind it. No, Nabiki has no pure motive behind it.
Okay, so Nabiki's
So more like
mercenary.
Nami. It's more like
Well-
Nami, because Nami actually, though she is a money grubber,
Right.
she's not.
Well, my point is Takahashi
bad.
puts her stamp on characters. They're very distinct. I wouldn't call Nami a Takahashi character.
She's not, but
I would say
definitely not a Nabiki character,
Yeah.
because Nabiki has no...
How about if Higurashi from Inuyasha had Nabiki's mercenary streak? Does that sound more like it?
Maybe.
Based on what I've read.
Like I say...
But it looks fun. It's one I've been wanting to see. I've been wanting to get. I never got it because that's a lot of show, and it was running very expensive. I think I ended up getting the whole thing for around $45 or so. I can't remember exactly.
I
but
converted mine to
Yeah.
Blu-ray when they went on that massive
yeah.
sale.
So, very happy to get it. I will have to prioritize this because I'm a big Takahashi fan, and this is one that is still completely new to me, so we will see.
And weird thing is, I read the manga for a while, and then I just stopped.
I intended to and never got to it.
It's like at 30-some volumes now.
That
Or
one
28,
just wrapped
28?
a couple
Yeah,
years
something-
ago,
Yeah,
didn't
it's
it?
not that many.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of volumes. Not as many as some of the others, but it's definitely got a decent number.
Yeah.
So this one's my only anime of it. It's the other bootleg. But
Oh.
It is a copy of my Holy Grail. Everybody has a Holy Grail they're looking for their
Yes,
collection.
yes.
And mine is this Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh,
Now, I saw this when I was a child. It was on HBO.
right.
And this one is definitely it's got the original Japanese language on it.
You all right?
But this one here does have some good stuff to it. I do want to see this. It's going to be a priority. And I will be curious to watch this in the original Japanese. I've never actually seen it. But it has
It's
some
an
of the...
unusual phrase for you.
It is one of the creepiest versions of Jack and the Beanstalk I have ever seen, especially the wedding scene. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. Definitely. All right.
That's something.
It is. It's always something.
All right. So my next one is, again, I said there would be a potential dip of quality. This looks like a fun show, but from what I understand, it's essentially a lower quality than Renee, and that is the show Sakura Trick, which looks fun.
Interesting.
I like the art style, definitely. My understanding is that it's essentially a Yuri harem. That's all I know about it. I don't expect high quality, but it was cheap. It was like $7 or $8, and I thought it would be worth a look. So there you go.
Well, that was all of my actual media when I'm talking like a visual media. So this one is going to be something that I'm sure you'll want to borrow. So that is the 42nd volume
hell yeah.
of Skip Beat.
Cool.
This series, I've had kind of a love of it, and it's gotten to be lukewarm at times, but then it's heated up again. So I really like this series. I really enjoy the characters, and in general, the recent storyline where she is trying out to be
Badass ninja.
Yeah, basically try out to be a ninja versus this actress that is very manipulative. It's a really cool thing. They resolve some of the story, of course, leaving it on another cliffhanger and making me go, crap, I need to wait another couple of months for 43. Because I don't read them online. So I'm sure you'll want to borrow that.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this one too. It's good. It is a very good series.
So I figured that much.
Cool. Next up, this is the one that I have actually seen a portion of the franchise. I believe you gave me the original series in this one. So you probably know offhand that it wouldn't be that great if you, or in your opinion anyway. This one is a little bit of a fan servicey, low series. But the original had one of the most kick-ass ending theme songs of any anime, and that is the series Samurai Bride, which is the sequel to Samurai Girls.
I tossed out the original one. So yeah, that's
Samurai Girls is a fun show. It's not quality, but I love the end theme, and it's worth having alone for that. If the end theme of this one is that good, then I'll be alright. But this was one I resolutely refused to pay the money. For whatever reason, Sentai never put this on a serious discount. They kept it up near $20, and I'm like, no way, it's worth $20. So I think I ended up getting it for about $8. I think they finally put it on a deep discount, but I waited a while.
It's about all I pay for it.
All right.
All right, last but not least from me is this. It's 2 volumes. As I have shown on the other, of course, the rest of Dragon Half. Now, Dragon Half had a very short anime run, like 2 episodes short. Though it's a classic, and the end theme is worth having the series for, just because it is entertaining. For people who like fantasy-type series, this is not a bad series. It's about, a dragon half, and her quest to impress the guy that she wants, really. And it's really fun. The manga really does add to it, whereas the series was kind of mediocre.
I mean, the entire series you could cover in about that little bit of the manga.
Yeah.
I'm sure it adds something.
This really was a fun series. It's a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor, and I've read it once, and I do plan on reading it again. It'll be a little while, because right now I'm running through the entire run of Knights of the Dinner Table, so it might take time.
And the anime did spawn one of the best single lines of English language anime dub of any anime, where the warrior who has had a sword go through his head explains that he's still alive because Domoromo brain very compact. I just love that. Okay, and then...
Alright, so one more.
And the last. And from what I understand, this should definitely be a bump back up in the quality. Probably at least to Rental Magica levels, if not Rene levels. I've actually heard good... Almost assuredly higher than that. I've actually heard decent things about this series. And this is another one I've been wanting forever, and I finally got it for like $7 or $8. And that is the series Say I Love You.
Yeah.
Which, my understanding of it is the young lady basically plays an emotionally scarred individual who decides, I have no need for other people, pretty much.
Oh, interesting.
And then this, really cute guy falls for her and starts trying to convince her to be, So it's one of those kind of like someone trying to draw someone else out of their shell kind of series, from what I understand. Like I said, it has a pretty decent reputation. I don't know for sure, but I like the art style. I liked the price. It's worth getting.
It looks like a shoujo type series, definitely.
Probably at least,
looks like at least art
shoujo flavored,
wise,
at least. Yeah.
Shoujo flavored.
Yep.
Interesting. All right.
I did not think that through. Anyway.
With that being said,
okay.
Please like, subscribe. Let us know what you've picked up throughout the week. And you get to look forward to another pickup,
our regularly
Wednesday.
Scheduled programming.
And, of course, if you haven't watched it, these fellows here did a nice Movies Galore episode that, for the first time ever, I listened all the way through to. But that's a bad thing for them.
So you stayed up and listened, but you didn't...
I didn't because I had no voice. I couldn't speak.
Okay. Yeah.
Which was on the movie
Monster
Squad.
Yes.
And they had some very cool conversations, yet they did not put in the facts that I put in there.
Okay.
I'd actually, because I had given Dane some information, like the vampire had access to Bela Lugosi's ring from the original Dracula, and that they originally had pitched it to Universal, but Universal said, no one's going to buy this. And really, truly, well, theatrically wise, they were correct. It was kind of a bomb at the theater.
True.
It gained momentum at the underground. So, any case, like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.